Shalom, and welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praise, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I want to give up honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Back with another spiritual headline. And basically, I'm going to go into this article real quick, dealing with so-called Bitcoin. And really, we harping on this subject because it's pushing the mark of the beast. All right, it's pushing the mark of the beast. And not saying Bitcoin is a mark of the beast, but it's setting up the blockchain, right, where everything is tracked, where everything is tagged, where there is really no more anonymous so-called buying and selling, right? They putting that in motion, and you got big time money guys, investors, CEOs, like this guy that he owns the Dallas Mavericks, saying this is Mark Cuban, the next billionaire to go all in on Bitcoin. The number of people who own it could more than double, meaning more and more people are flooding into it. Elon Musk, I believe the guy that owns some company called MicroStrategies. So there's a lot of people putting money into it, and cryptocurrencies in general are making money off of it, right? I even had made some money off of it. So it's not to say brothers can't use this world, it's not abusing this world, but we that are in this truth understand that this thing is temporary. The final outcome is going to be something government controlled, which they own, all right? So they can monitor and track you. And then to be able to be on their system, you're going to eventually have to take that mark of the beast, which is going to be a digital microchip, which is going to be implanted. You see? That is the next step in this process of the New World Order. But right now, they're making you think it's all good. They're making people accept it because I'm going to get into this article. This is, it says, cryptocurrencies have been surging recently, but billionaire investor Mark Cuban doesn't think they reached their full potential just yet, stating it is not inconceivable that the number of people that own Bitcoin could more than double. Cuban said in conversation with CNBC, the price of Bitcoin is built on supply and demand. We know that the supply is there is. We know what the supply is. There's no reason that the demand not to increase. Cuban is referring to the finite supply of Bitcoin, and that's why a lot of people is dealing with it, because I think it's only 21 million, whereas currencies can be printed and basically printed into infinity, man. Which once you do that, you debase your currency and it loses buying power, right? So that's the attraction to this, all right, because they know that it's going to hold value more than, let's say, the US dollar. But at the end of the day, like I said, everything rolls back to Bible prophecy. They're not going to allow this to become the standard. Why they still have a military force, man? Because the Department of the U.S. Treasury, which the Elder Malcolm had wanted to in another video, they were shutting down certain people that were mining Bitcoin, right? But it's partly they want to control as much of it as they want, probably even make money off of it before they actually destroy it. That's what's going to happen to this thing, all right? But for right now, people are making money. See, let me grab a scripture, and we'll go back. Because like I said, this is not going to be too long. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number in his name, right? So it's going to come to a point where you're not going to escape their system. And there's a lot of guys that believe in this Bitcoin wholeheartedly, that, hey, if I get my money into Bitcoin, I'm going to be able to go around the system. But not according to the scripture. You're going to have to have this mark, all right, this implantable microchip, if you're going to buy and sell. Because your wallet, your digital wallet, all right, will be linked to this chip, man. Okay? In some form or fashion, you're going to be tagged and bagged in this world if you're going to still be trying to go along to get along in this world. All right, we're coming to that breaking point. Now let's go back. It says CNBC adds that Cuban owns a portfolio of Bitcoin using a Coinbase wallet and purchased Coinbase during its IPO the other day. Because Coinbase is the company where a lot of people buy these cryptocurrencies on. They just went so-called public, meaning they're traded on the stock market. Now, if the government is allowing a company, Coinbase, to be traded on the stock market, you got to ask yourself, they're mainstreaming this thing. Why are they now mainstreaming this thing? Because Bitcoin been out some years, man. Why is now the first company going public? Because it's a lot of companies sell this shit, sell cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Why now? You got to ask yourself, okay? Like I said, they're going to allow people to make some money off this thing before they really devastate it. But really, it's all setting you up, like I said, for this mark of the beast digital system. That's the end game in this. So if brothers can make some money off of it or know how to trade the charts or get in and get out the markets or flip it, go right ahead. But don't be expecting, these type of things to deliver you or have longevity. You see? Because the powers that be, they're setting up their own, these central banks. It says cryptocurrencies have been backed by other big names, as well as Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, Richard Branson among its supporters. Elon Musk has long been a supporter of purchasing Bitcoins, so much that Tesla announced a purchase of 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, making up 7.7% of Tesla's gross cash holdings and 15% of its net cash position, according to CoinMarketCap. The Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey payment giant Square announced in October 2020 that it has bought 4,709 Bitcoin. Square also made Bitcoin payments available on the Cash App. So it's having adoption. You can't have it's gonna get all of a sudden banned, but then the governments are letting these companies do this and aren't speaking up on it. So you're not gonna have it both ways. Right now is they're setting up the public to get comfortable with it. All right, they're setting up the public because a lot of public still don't own this stuff and they're still not into it. So the market well could increase a lot, like this guy is saying, and a lot of people might buy into some of these things, the popular ones, and increase their whatever money. But it's going to be a short-term thing. It's not going to be the standard because at the end of the day, U.S. believe me, the U.S. digital dollar, whatever they're going to name it, they want that to be the standard. You see, and it's not going to be these so-called different cryptocurrencies, which they can't create an endless supply of because a lot of them are capped. Let's go back. Let's get this right here. Let's get 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right. So immediately you might not see the end of this thing because it's always gonna, it's a market. It got boom and bust cycles. It's going up, comes down some, goes up, come down, then it might shoot back up and make a new high. So that's how cycles and markets work. So mind you, you got to understand they're allowing these companies to push this out there. Big money, big institutions. You got to ask yourself, why now? You always got to ask yourself, why now? Just like the government admitting to the chariots of the Lord, which they call UFOs, why is that also being pushed publicly in the news now? There's a reasoning behind all of this. All right. It says Richard Branson was an early investor of the currency and joined 30 million funding round of BitPay, a Bitcoin payment processing platform, back in 2014. I think this is it for that article. But like I said, this is not the end game, man. This is all a setup, prelude to that mark of the beast. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely a person maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Right. So when they come out with their digital currency, they're going to be offering you, if you adopt it, you're going to be able to have this much of it. You're going to have extra this, extra that, and our people are going to fall hook, line, and sinker for it because it's all just numbers in the system. All right. And they know the people that got any brain cells would rather have, let's say, a Bitcoin or a Litecoin or whatever because it's a cap to it, which means they can't inflate it. It is what it is. You either got it or you don't got it, and once it's gone, and the value increases. But the currencies that central governments are going to put out here will be just like you have now, this fiat paper. All right. Let's get more. Proverbs 11:4 says, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death." Right. So that's the point of all this. We're wise to know what Satan's next moves are going to be, because it's written in the scriptures, man. So you got guys that's in the world, we got Israelites in the world, man, that's into this stuff, thinking that this is going to deliver them. I don't care how many Bitcoins or, cryptocurrencies you have. At the end of the day, to really keep that money, to really prosper in the society, you're going to have to sell out. You're going to have to take that mark of the beast. So you got to ask yourself, man, is it worth it to these guys out there, who may or may not catch this video? All right. Because those riches aren't going to help you, man. All right. Ultimately, it's not going to profit you. And ultimately, you're going to take that mark of the beast to keep your riches. And ultimately, you're going to be put to death. That's the point. But I don't want to ramble on anymore. I want to give all glory, praises, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and shalom next time.